X-Force, issue number 11. The cover shows Colossus versus Omega Red. The interior doesn't show Colossus versus Omega Red. Instead, Colossus is busy doing some farming. We'll get to that when we get to that. It begins with some social commentary. Or at least I'll identify it as social commentary. Dr. Reyes says that uncommon institutions with a common arsenal, implying a larger cooperative effort. Yeah, this is racism 101. There's going to be different people coming at it from different ways. Some of them wear white hoods, some of them wear business suits, others of them, some of them are yourselves. But there's different ways that they're going to combat just the existence of the mutant race. And I recognize that. And this style of combating the mutant race is bodies inside of bodies. The Russian doll, they called it. Now, I've never known what those things were called. I know what they were, but I never actually knew the name of these things were Russian nesting dolls. But that's what happens. And this is a villain. This is an enemy, a threat that's metal detector proof. It's Krakoan defense pollen proof. It's just bodies coming out of bodies, as you can see in this image. And what you also see in this image is Beast gasping like a shock, like out of words, but words are coming out. That didn't match. Nothing against Jasper Cassara. I watched him do an interview at Comic Book Herald, which I'll talk about with Professor Bill on Sunday morning on Comic Book University. You can download that podcast. Now, Beast over here is going to make a rookie mistake of chasing after one of those rushing dolls. But Skelch, that guy is not alone. This is a threat that meets my satisfaction. I have high expectations for the X-Men, their defenses, and the fact that it was breached and still makes sense is applaudable. So shout out Benjamin Percy. Now it looks like these guys are after Professor X, but we cut away to Russia, where Colossus is needed. Domino tries to talk him into coming up. He says no, and Colossus looks huge in this image. I forgot how big he was. But he will show up eventually to the site. And I have a problem here because I'm reading the physical book, but he says the words, "but when I'm with the X-Men." And then you got a whole bunch of pages that are just advertisements that by the time I got to the other page in the comic book, he finishes the sentence with, "There is no order, only chaos." I forgot what he said to begin that sentence with, so I had to go back. But they showed us the big X of Swords, 22 chapter advertising. I told you guys once, don't read all of these things, just read the ones that are called Ten of Swords. There's 3 of those that come out in September, October, and November. I believe everything else is just tie-in central. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Black Tom Cassidy is gonna get White Professor X into his little panic room. The little guy doesn't even want Professor X. He just wants Professor X's cerebral sword, the one that we learned about in those white pages. We never actually seen it, I don't think, until right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this cerebral sword is special for some reason. Is it like proof of his death? Maybe they've got a person with powers to look at metal and be like, oh, I can see the history of this. You see, the X-Men, we did kill Professor X. But as Detective Beast illustrates to us, they knew to raid Forge's armory. They knew a whole lot. What they're doing, as chaotic as it may seem, just show up on Krakoa and go crazy. Yeah, they know how it's going to end. It's going to end with the little Russian doll dying, another one coming out of it, and that one dying, and another one coming out of it, until Domino decides to throw a grenade, which was a good line. You can't divide by 0. That was a great line by her, but also an equally great line by Detective Beast for figuring it out. That's Benjamin Percy, man. He's characterizing why we like Beast. Because he's really smart. And Beast shined in this comic more than he shined in any other comic. I really like the way Beast was portrayed. And then there's one image here where you can see Gabby in the background. I'm willing to bet that that was really X-23. And then they're like, oh, no, we can't do that. And someone got in the editing room, deleted one of those claws, and boom, it's Honey Badger. You guys remember when they changed Honey Badger's name a few issues ago? Yeah, I don't either. I'm calling her Honey Badger. Same with Gold Balls and everyone else they're trying to change on me. Except Kate. Kate stuck. Now we go to the final page. There is a sword. A Cerebro sword. Picked up by this guy. You don't know this guy? Man, you guys don't know comics if you don't know this guy. I'm kidding, because I don't know who this guy is. I hope he's a first appearance. And ooh, I skipped a page. Quentin Quire, talking to Phoebe. Could have sworn it was Sophie he's in love with. I double checked. It is Sophie he's in love with from the riot at Xavier's. That was his girl. And this is Phoebe that he's after. Not reading Cable, of course, or any of those other stupid books. No idea what's going on here, but I'll give it a chance. That was X-Force on Chillmonger. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. If you liked it, thumbs me up. If you didn't like it, thumbs me up.